Hey guys, so today I'm going to show you how to do a 3-strand, a 5-strand, and an 11-strand, and an infinity strand, I guess you could say, braid. So let's get started. So the first braid that I'm going to show you is the 3-strand braid. You just kind of take a section of hair. My hair isn't quite long enough to do it all in one, so I'm just going to do this to show you guys. So you divide it into 3, as you can see here, and then you just take an end piece and you put it over the middle. Then you take the other end piece and you put it over the middle. So each time you do this, you get a new middle piece. So you can see that this one just went over and is now the new middle piece. So now this one comes over the middle piece. And you just continue going. And then in the end, your braid should look like this. Okay, so simple as that. That's a 3-strand simple braid. Okay, so next is the 4-strand braid. And again, I'm going to show you right here. This is where I'm going to be doing all my braids for you guys today. So I'm going to take relatively the same chunk of hair. And this time, I'm going to divide it into 4 sections. Well, you probably guessed that, considering it's the 4-strand braid. So you can see I have 1, 2, 3, 4. And for this braid, you start on an end and you go over, under. I'm sorry, there's a little flyaways. We'll have a better demonstration once I get a little further down the braid, and I'll keep showing you guys. So I just went over, under, and then now, because see how this one just went under? It now will have to go over, so that means that this end strand right here will have to go under, over. Okay, so now that we have our 4 strands, there we go, our 4 strands, you see that it's kind of weaving one strand at a time. And yeah, the top looks crappy right now because I haven't finished it, obviously. But what we do is we take this one and we want to go over the number 2 strand, I guess you can call it. So we went over, and now we're going under the next one. Okay? And then we're going to start at the other side, and we're going to go under and over. So you just keep repeating this process of you taking 1 over and under, and 4 under and over. And you just continue this. 1 goes over, then under the next one, and then under and over that. Over, under, over. And you just continue that on, and you will have yourself, it takes a lot of practice, but you will have yourself a mighty fine 4-strand braid. And that will look kind of like this. Sorry, my strands were a little uneven. It kind of looks like a 3-strand braid that has like a weird strand in the middle. So next, we're going to do the 5-strand braid. And once you know how to do the 5-strand braid, you can then do the 11-strand braid, and you can do the 11-strand braid and an infinite number of strand braids as well. And I have actually done a 31-strand braid on somebody before. So it's possible, guys. so you can get as creative as you want. So we are on our 5-strand braid right now. And so you start, obviously, with 5 strands. And some people find it easier to learn how to braid on wet hair. I kind of know it. It would probably be easier if I were to demonstrate it in wet hair, but I don't have a sprayer with me at the moment. So I have 5 strands here. And same thing as the 4-strand, I'm going to start it a little bit, and then I'm going to show you guys how to do it once it's starting to come together, because it is difficult to start it and show you guys when you guys don't know what you're doing yet. Like, it's hard to explain. You'll see. So I actually find this braid slightly easier than the 4 braid. I mean, it's the same kind of thing. If you have trouble with like keeping track of the strands on a 4-strand braid, then you'll have trouble keeping track of the strands on a 5-strand braid. But like the concept of it is easier. Like, you don't have to keep track of under, over, over, under. Like, it doesn't change with both sides. I will show you guys in just a second once I finish this stitch. Okay, so as you can see, I have, let me slide my hands down, I have 5 strands. So what I'm doing is I go under, over, with the number 1 or number 5 or however you want to talk about it, under, over. That's all I do. And then I go to the other side, let's call the first one the number 1, and then now this is number 5. I do the same thing, I go under, then over. And it's important to kind of keep your braid flat, like it doesn't puff up like naturally, but if you keep it flat, it'll be easier to keep track of the strands. So you just go, I'll show you again. So you take this one all the way over here, and I go under, and then I go over the next one. Hold on, that one got a little messy. Okay, so then I just move over to this side, and I go under, and then I go over. And you just kind of continue this. Ooh, I lost where my strands were. Yeah, that will happen a lot. So just under, over, and go to the other side and go under, over, and go to the other side and go under, over. And once you just repeat it, it's like the 4-strand and the 3-strand, and all kinds of braids take a little bit to learn. But once you have it, you have them down pretty well, which I'm not demonstrating right now by messing up. But as long as you just keep track and do under, over, and just, if you want to learn how to do it, you just keep trying and work at it as much as you possibly can. Alright, and I'm going to tie this when I get to the bottom, and then I'll show you guys how to do an 11-strand, because an 11-strand has a base of a 5-strand, and it's pretty cool. So now that I have shown you guys the 5-strand braid, and I've tied it off, and it looks like that, it's kind of like a 3-strand braid, except it has like 2 extra pieces in the middle. And I think this one looks really cool. So how to turn this into 11-strand braid is you just start with this, and I usually try to loosen it up. If you just naturally braid things looser, then you don't need to worry about this step. But I like to loosen it up a little bit to transform it into 11. And then I just take hair immediately next to it, and I'm going to start a 3-strand braid with it, but only like a stitch or two. And if you need to know how to do a 3-strand braid, refer to the beginning of this video. So you just do like a stitch or two. And then before you cross over the one that is going to be on the side of the 5-strand braid, you go into the 5-strand braid and you put your fingers through the first loop at the top. You stick your fingers through like this, and you grab that before you pull it over, and then you can cross it over like you normally would. And this kind of stitches them together. And then same thing, you do this with every stitch that is on this side. And you just go down to the next. So it went through that one. So now I'm going to go down to the next loop, and I'm going to grab wherever it went. There we go. I'm going to grab that and bring it over. And then same thing, just next strand down, I'm going to weave it into the 5-strand. So where's the next one? It is right there. And you have to make sure that you get a clean shot at it. If there's like hairs across or whatnot, it might not work, and you just stick your fingers out and have it done.
Our customers always come
Oh
first.
my gosh, an
So we
ad
created 360
came
check.
up on my
No fees
computer.
or minimum balances.
I don't know what's happening.
What were we thinking?
Okay, we're okay. Okay guys, so I'm back, and I'm starting I did the lacing in of the 3 to get us 8 strands so far, and I stopped at about halfway because I think I'm gonna run out of time to complete this, just because I have a ton of homework tonight. And yeah, so I'm doing the same process. I am going and I'm grabbing. I feel that this one was the last one. I just go down one, and I find which one, the next one that hasn't been looped, and then I just stick my fingers in, grab it, and then bring it over. Yeah, so as I'm doing this, I can explain to make this video a little shorter for you guys. Because like I said before, I have done a 31 strand braid before, and it was pretty awesome. It was super wide. It was on someone with extremely long hair, and I had a lot of time, and it was amazing. But yeah, so how I did that was I got good and I practiced the 5-strand braid, and like I've known my 3-strand braid forever, so I didn't need to work on that. And then I did a 5-strand braid, but instead of 3-strand braids on the side, like you know how we're doing the 3-strand braid right here, I had like the 5-strand braid, Then I had 2 5-strand braids laced into that. And then onto those, I had 2 more 5-strand braids. So that got me up to 25. And then I had my 2 3-strand braids on the side. On the sides of those. So I had 31. And yes, so that was pretty sweet. So technically, if you had thick enough hair and patience and time and whatnot, you could do infinite numbers of stranded braids, I guess, if that makes sense. So what I'm doing here is I'm just pulling out, because I used my big elastic to hold my other braid, and I'm just going to put it around all of them, and I'll do a close-up in a sec and show you guys exactly what this looks like, because you have done, if you're following along, you have just done an 11-strand braid, because you have your 5 in the middle, and then your 3s on each side, so that adds the 6, and then 5 plus 6 is 11. So yeah, let me show you guys. It looks like this. Oop, you guys can't see that, can you? Ooh, my iPod just dropped. But yeah. You can like see how thick it is. And it's kind of cool how it's all interwoven. And to add the full effect and more volume to it, you just kind of bring it and you just kind of pull out and make it look big and awesomer than it is. And yes, it looks awesome when it's an actual using all your hair for it. But that would take forever on my hair. It'd be hard for me to videotape, and my hair would have to be a little bit longer. So yeah, guys, that is the tutorial. So don't forget to thumbs up on this video if you liked it, and I will sure to post more like it if you guys thumbs up. And please subscribe. We would greatly appreciate it. I don't know which side it is on. I think it should be on this one. Maybe. Nonetheless, you should subscribe anyway, because we like subscribers and we like hearing from you guys. And comment below on anything that you would like to see from any of us. If you like this video, if you would like a clearer video, or I love doing hair, so if you send me pictures of hair, I will do it for you, because I love hair, in case you haven't noticed from like all my videos. But yeah, so yeah, if you have any hair or beauty, makeup, anything like that, I would love to hear from you guys, so comment below. And yeah, so see you guys next time. And homecoming is this weekend, so we're thinking about, if we have time, we're thinking about posting a get ready with us tutorial, and at least some of our hair and stuff, because that's gonna be so much fun. I am so excited. And so yeah, and see you guys next week.